The Flyers have not played since Saturday when they won in Pittsburgh. They come home and they fall in overtime to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the way that it happened just kind of ruined the third period surge out of the Flyers, because 10 seconds into overtime, they allow Seth Jones to be wide open in the high slot, and he just buries it on Anthony Stolarz. To make it even worse, everybody knows in overtime, 3-on-3, puck possession is key. We win the opening draw. Sean Couturier tries to make a pass to Provorov. He puts him in a bad position. Then Sean Couturier is on the wall. He loses a battle. Provorov is nowhere to be found. He's way too close to the boards. After we fight back down 3-1 in the third period and Travis Sanheim scores 2 goals within minutes, we allow that? 10 seconds? It's unacceptable. It really is unacceptable. Now, I talked about Travis Sanheim scoring 2 goals in the third. I criticized him, saying, where is he? This is supposed to be a big pick of ours, a big draft pick, a big prospect. Well, we get a new assistant coach to take over the defense, and Travis Sanheim's in the offensive zone scoring 2 goals in the third. Maybe that has something to do with it, which goes hand in hand with our penalty kill. Here's a positive out of the game. We were 5 for 5 on the PK. I think we actually killed our last 15 penalties total. Now, obviously, the new assistant coach wasn't there for all those 15, but we've been a little bit more aggressive. Anthony Stolarz did come up huge on some of those penalty kills as well. The negative side of that, though, you can't be winning hockey games when you're in the box 5 times. And they were dumb penalties, too, like Yuri Latera's elbow in the neutral zone. Scott Lawton with some cross-checks. Ivan Provorov was taking some cross-checks in the back today, net front. But he was taking them, and he had this face like he was scared. He didn't respond. He didn't really do much after. And it wasn't a, I'm not intimidated by you kind of look. I think he had a look in his face like, ugh, that would kind of concern me. Like Provorov was kind of being soft about it. I hope I'm wrong. So, we were also 0 for 3 on the power play. Our power play is so ugly. The fans are booing, boo. We couldn't even get in the zone to set up. The one time we did, in the beginning of the third period, when it was, I still believe it was 2-1 at that time, we had a wide open net, wide open. We couldn't score. We eventually do, because we're shoving the puck into the netminder, Bob, and the refs blow the whistle. They go up to review it, and, the whistle was blown by then, and wide open net. That was our chance to score on the power play. I saw a stat on Twitter since mid-October. We had the worst power play in the league. This was before the game at 10%. 10%. Oh, that is horrendous. We actually took the lead in this game. 1-0. Claude Giroux takes a nice snapshot on a 3-on-1-ish opportunity. I guess you could say 2-on-1 if you don't count Gudis up at the top. And he sniped Bob. 1-0 lead. But then Stolarz does allow a weak goal as Seth Jones tries to center it. And it goes through his 5-hole as he was anticipating the pass. Dubinsky scores. They're up 2-1. In the first 2 periods, we were not getting any shots. We were very limited in shot opportunities. And once we got to the third, we just kept pumping them and putting them on net and fighting, and we did have a great third period. Even Jonesy was praising Dave Haxtell because he used Claude Giroux's line effectively. He shook up some of the players. He had the team in the third period really pushing and really surging, and that's why it was a little devastating on how the game played out at the end. To fight back, to give all your heart into it, to make it seem like we had a chance to win 2 in a row after beating Pittsburgh. Maybe it was the power of John Tortorella's sweatshirt on the bench. That was making some noise. Apparently he had a flu, so he was just wearing the good old Bill Belichick hoodie. You don't see that. You don't see that in hockey. It was kind of funny, but, the way that the Flyers lose in overtime, you can take positives out of it, sure. You can see a little bit of juice, a little bit of energy involved with this team, obviously going through the internal problems, and Chuck Fletcher coming in and evaluating everyone with a different set of eyes. The players do have a little bit of, they got to prove themselves. 2 guys I think need to step it the hell up besides Provorov and Gostisbehere. JVR, 7 mil a year, dude's too quiet. And Nolan Patrick, you're getting top 6 minutes. Too quiet. Way too quiet. So you can look at it and say, 1 point. At least we got a point. Yeah, but you gotta get 2. You have to get 2. And it's not only that. If this overtime played out, chances left and right, you know what? We fought back in the third. Kudos to them. Let's go get the next one. But for it to be a breakdown after we win the draw in overtime and 10 seconds later, bang, it's in the back of our net, I'm a little disappointed. Now, there's been some criticism on Stolarz, and for me, I think he had 30 shots total, 26 saves. I think he played well tonight. He was making outstanding saves, especially a little bit in the first, definitely in the second period when we were PK, and he was coming up big. But there's a lot of knock on his size for being such a big netminder. He's not acting big. That's the knock. Why is he getting beat high? He's coming out far. He's coming out of the blue paint. He's pressing. Why does he get beat high? I'm not going to criticize him for Seth Jones sniping him with just essentially a breakaway in overtime. I'm not going to knock him on that. Seth Jones is an all-star. There's some positives, our PK, the fight back in the third. You do see this team playing with a different type of swagger even though we fell, but obviously that comes with having a new set of eyes, just trying to evaluate everything, and pretty much these players are playing for their jobs. They know that. But the way it ended, after the fight back, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. We played Buffalo on Saturday in Buffalo. They're a hot team. They're no joke this year. That's going to be a true test. We got a road trip coming up. We're in for one. We got to see what this team is really made of. What are we, 11, 12, and 3 at this point? It could be worse. Well, let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.